Hey, Treasure History. Today's essential question is, why is Abraham called the father of monotheism? Please pause and copy the essential question into your notebook. Now draw the vertical line for your notes. Yesterday we talked about the importance of religion in people's lives. Do you remember what our definition of religion is? And what's it called when you believe in many gods, like the ancient Egyptians? How about when you don't believe in any gods at all, such as Buddhists and Taoists? Today we'll talk about the beginning of one of the oldest religions in the world. This religion is called Judaism. You've definitely heard of it before. People who practice Judaism are called Jewish, and there are many, many Jewish people in the United States today. People who are Jewish can be called Hebrews. So let's go ahead and copy this down. Jewish and Hebrews are the names for people who believe in Judaism. Pause if you need more time to copy. People who are Jewish believe in one God. They are monotheistic. Mono means one, and theism means belief in a God. Let's pause and copy that vocab word into your notebook. Monotheism means belief in one God. The holy book of Judaism is called the Torah. The Torah always looks like a scroll, so if you see the shape of a scroll, then you're probably looking at the Torah. Let's pause and copy this down. Torah is the holy book of Judaism. Today we're going to explore a story from the Torah about a man named Abraham, the father of monotheism. Notice that he has a lot of people in his lap. He really is a father figure for Jewish people, for Christians, and for Muslims. Let's talk about why today. The story that you'll be reading is from the Bible. It's also from the Quran, which is for Muslims, and it's also from the Jewish Torah. All three religions believe in this story. Archaeologists haven't found historical evidence that it's all true, especially the part about God speaking to Abraham. No one can prove that, but it's a matter of faith for these religions that they believe that it happened. So let's start the story. Please transport yourself back to ancient Mesopotamia. The father of the Hebrews was a man named Abraham. He was born in a city called Ur in Mesopotamia. People in Ur were polytheistic. You remember the many Mesopotamian gods. You remember that people would pray in ziggurats and they would leave statues when they couldn't be there. But Abraham didn't agree with these practices. He saw his friends and family spending long hours in the ziggurats, trying to please the gods, leaving their best food as sacrifices. He thought, what can these statues do for anyone? I am looking for a more powerful God. So Abraham went up a hill to think, and he watched the sun set and the moon and stars rise, looking for a sign from a more powerful God. Other people in Abraham's city, including his own father, refused to disrespect their Mesopotamian gods by listening to Abraham. Abraham's father owned a store that sold statues that people would leave in the ziggurats. So one day Abraham took an axe and destroyed all of his father's statues. Only the largest one remained intact. So when Abraham's father saw his idols shattered and scattered all over the floor, he accused Abraham. What did you do? He said. But Abraham said, the largest of the statues had killed all the others in a fight over an offering of bread that was offered to them. Abraham's dad, without thinking, exclaimed, this is impossible. Idols can't quarrel or fight. They can't even move. Then he realized that his son had tricked him into admitting that the idols were made of stone and wood. They couldn't do anything. So Abraham's dad became very angry. Abraham's father reported him to King Nimrod, who was very, very religious in the traditional Mesopotamia sense. He was the ruler of Ur, and he sentenced Abraham to death by fire for disrespecting the gods. Hundreds of people crowded to watch Abraham burn alive for disloyalty and disrespect toward the gods. Abraham was thrown into the fiery furnace. But as the story goes, God was with him, and the fire did not touch him. It just burned the rope that bound him. According to the Torah, God helped Abraham stay alive in that fiery furnace. From then on, Abraham had a special relationship with God, and the descendants of Abraham were God's chosen people. The Torah says, God visited Abraham when he was 75 years old. God told him, "Leave your house, leave your country, and I will show you a new country." So, Abraham led his people away from Mesopotamia to a place called Canaan. As you can see, Canaan is up against the Mediterranean Sea. God promised Abraham that he would be the leader of a great nation of people there, and that this would be the promised land for his descendants. When Abraham was 99 years old, the Torah says God spoke to him again. God said, "I will make a covenant with you." A covenant is a promise. God promised to protect Abraham and his people for generations to follow. In exchange, Abraham must agree that he and his people would only believe in one God always. So Abraham agreed, and today the land of Canaan is called Israel. Jewish people still believe today that this land was given to them by God. To this day, Israel is the Holy Land for Jews. Let's pause and copy this down. Israel is the Holy Land of the Hebrews, and they believe that it was promised to them by God. Please pause to finish copying. Okay, great job. Now please return to your playlist and push 4.0 until it's time for us to practice.